this is a classic thing with the press that has now, with Trump, has gotten out of control, is any word that a Republican says that can be misconstrued as racist, they will misconstrue it as racist, tar every Republican with the supposed racism, and just go out of their way to make, all Republicans and all GOP people look like the right is always racist. And they do this again and again and again. And here's the thing. Donald Trump said something he shouldn't have said, but at no time did he defend white nationalism or racism. And the New York Times, a former newspaper, that's what they keep saying. And so Trump put out on Twitter that he didn't think they should tear down the statues. This is the New York Times, a former newspaper. This is how they headlined it. Under fire for defending racist activist groups. One lie, right? Didn't defend racist activist groups. Never did it. He never did it. He was very clear that the people he was talking about were these peaceful people who wanted to defend the statue, who I don't think were there. I don't believe they were there. So I think he made a mistake there, but he was not defending racist policies. Under fire for defending racist activist groups, the New York Times lies. President Trump said on Twitter on Thursday that he was sad to see United States history torn apart by the removal of our beautiful statues and monuments, echoing a popular refrain of white supremacist groups that oppose the removal of Confederate monuments. So if you oppose the removal of Confederate monuments, of our history and the things that people put up in their time and, thought were good in their time, if you oppose that, the complete rewriting of history like we were in some Soviet state, you are making common cause. In other words, if you're not a Soviet communist, you're a Nazi. That's basically where the New York Times stays. Because this is the New York Times. This is the New York Times that is selling this idea. Remember, we were joking about it yesterday, that sex was great in the Soviet Union, that they had that article, sex was better for women in the Soviet Union. Sure, they killed tens of millions of people, but the orgasms were just fantastic, So this is the thing that they're selling, and we're supposed to take that seriously. And it leaves the good people in a quandary. We don't want to be tainted with the idea of racism. I think racism is a sin against God. I think it's a sin against the image of God. I don't want to be tainted by it. But, I just don't think that is what Trump was saying. And we have to go to Jim Acosta again, because let's not forget for a minute that Jim Acosta is CNN's White House correspondent. This is the guy that they think is giving fair and equal and balanced coverage to the White House. And this is him reacting to Trump's speech. All right. That's just what he always seems to be saying. This is what he actually said.
I think we saw the president's true colors today, and I'm not sure they were red, white, and blue. The White House put out some talking points tonight. This is what they say. The president was entirely correct. Both sides of the violence in Charlottesville acted inappropriately and bear some responsibility. There's another one that says he has been a voice for unity and calm. This is Alice in Wonderland stuff. How the White House could put out talking points saying that the president was in the right here is just, it's baffling. It's strange. But they are right in one respect. He has united the country against the views that he espoused today, which were right there on the edge of white nationalism.
I mean, it's just not true. It is just not true. And Jim Acosta is the CNN's White House correspondent. So CNN feels emboldened by the corruption of the media, by the absolute widespread corruption of the media. They feel emboldened to put a White House correspondent who is telling you that if you voted for Donald Trump, you are not red, white, and blue because your guy is right on the edge of white nationalism. Acosta did afterwards put out this statement.
If I get on up and dance for you, scream and shout like a witch will do, would you give a little bit? Give a little bit of attention to me.
So it is what Acosta always seems to be saying. So we've got Nazi scum, we got communist scum, and we've got media scum. I mean, the media are like the worst people, because if they would report this story honestly, we would be able to come to opinions, nuanced opinions, but you can't when they are the worst hate group in the country.